I've got this area in the front of my house and it looks horrible. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to level it out, make it nice and flat. Then I'm going to go to a bucket and get some nice fresh cold water and I'm going to put it inside, not too much. And then I'm going to mix half a bag of concrete. Make sure we do this at an outdoor spot because it does get dusty. Then I'm going to mix it all up. I've got an attachment that goes on my drill and it mixes it really nice. It's a little dry right now, but that's okay. I can add more water later. But next I'm going to add some colorant. These come in multiple colors, but I'm going to go with the red terracotta color. Put just a little bit in there. And then I'm going to keep mixing it up and it's going to get all of this concrete nice and red. Add some more water because I want it a little bit more runny. And I'm going to look for this kind of thickness right here. Next, I'm going to get some saran wrap. And I love these new boxes right here. They're easy to cut and lay out. I'm going to lay out about 3 or 4 at a time because it makes the job go a lot faster. Then I'm going to go to Dollar Tree because I know I'm going to ruin this little spoodle when I use it. I'm going to use it to lay out some concrete in the middle of all of my saran wrap. Then I'm going to take them and wrap them up. I'm going to do all of these at one time as much as I can because I don't want that concrete setting up on me too fast. And then once I get it wrapped up, I'm going to take it outside and then I'm going to start laying it in a circle. Now, you can use these as pavers, block walls, anything you want, but I'm going to use this as a circular garden bed. I'm going to lay out the first layer, the first base, all the way around. And when I go to the second, I'm going to lay the second part right on top of the seams. So I'm going to alternate. The great thing about these is this concrete is just going to go all the way around. Once I get to the top, as you can see, I'm turning them over because I like that nice, smooth look to the top. I'm going to get these laid out. It's going to look really good and let it dry overnight. Once it does dry, there's a couple of methods you can use to pull these off. You can take the saran wrap and pull it off yourself, or I got a torch and I just started torching that plastic. Get it all up. It doesn't take much time at all. I'm just going to torch it. If it doesn't work, just again, like I said, you can just pull off the top of the plastic. Then it's time to get that yard looking really good. I went ahead and got some bark dust, put that all the way around, spread it out. And then I'm going to get some potting soil and put it in the middle of my circular garden bed here. I'm going to put that all the way around, smooth it out, and then I can start planting all of my favorite flowers and get it nice and looking good. Now, go easy on this. Make sure you get those roots covered and it's going to look good. Choose your favorite flowers because this is your creation and you want it looking good. Once I get all of my vegetation planted, look at that. It turned out absolutely amazing. I love how I save money instead of buying all these pavers, just using concrete. It only cost me $8. I hope this motivated you to try your own concrete pavers, any fashion that you like. Thank you for watching Home Talk, and we'll catch you next time.
Grab an old lampshade from a thrift store. First, you need to wet your lampshade thoroughly with some water. Then you need to mix up your cement slurry. We mix together 2 cups of water, 4 drops of dishwashing soap, and 4 cups of cement. Basically, you need enough to make a sandy paint mixture. I then painted this mixture on the wet lampshade and let it dry completely. Now it's time to make a cement base for the pot. To do this, Mix together 2 cups of water, 1/4 a teaspoon of dishwashing soap, and about 7 cups of the cement mix. Pour the mixture into the bottom of the lampshade. I used a paper straw as well to mark where we needed the drainage hole for the pot. After letting the cement fully dry and cure, we then used a drill to drill in the drainage hole. And then I added some potting soil and a beautiful fall mum on top. I placed it on my porch with all my other pumpkins, and it made for the perfect do-it-yourself cement pot for all my fall decor.
First step I'm going to do is start clearing out some of these big flat rocks. I got to get the base ready in order to build my next project. What I got to do also is get the loose debris out of the way. Using a rake, just scrape it to the sides. Next, I'm going to grab a shovel and clear all the sandy soil away because I need to get to a firmer base. All I got to do is just set it to the side, just dig down a tiny bit. If you need to put gravel down, go ahead, but it was pretty hard when I got down there. Next step is to take a small 2x4 and screed the area. Just go back and forth. That helps level the soil. Once I get it all cleared and put a level on it, I want to make sure it is nice and level. Now it's time for the first block. Put that down, shake it a little bit so that it feels nice and firm. Now it's time for the second one. We're going to put this one right next to it. Make sure it's level. If you have to add more soil or anything, go right ahead. If you dig down too far, add a little bit more sand, a little bit at a time, and pat it down. Now this one is going to be a little different. You see how that one sticks out? We're going to actually keep doing this up and down as we go. This is your project. You can make it as big as you want. Once you get that base done, put that 2x4 across and make sure it's level. A perfect, nice base is going to make the rest of this project go good. Now it's time for some construction adhesive. We don't want to put too much on. We just need to make sure those bricks don't slide and break and fall whenever we put them together. So just put it down. It'll hold it nice and even. Next time we're going to do this, we're going to put a brick on, but we're going to let this block hang over just a little bit, and I'll show you why later. So when we put it on, we're going to put some more adhesive down and keep working our way. Once we get the adhesive down, we can put the second block on. As you can see, this one is also sticking over. We're going to let that do it, and then you put one on top and that'll hold it in place. Remember to keep putting adhesive as you go. One tube did this whole project. Once you get that up, make sure it's nice and level and even with each other, and then I cut a nice big piece of redwood board that fits on top. Make sure once it fits that we put it back up, put some adhesive underneath, and fit it on place. But we're not done yet. It's time for spring, so we got to put some flowers out. I grabbed these from the hardware store, and I go ahead and separate the roots a little bit and put some nice potting soil in. The better the soil, the better it sticks. Now, these pots will slide right down in and take the form of the cavity that we're putting them in. I'm going to go ahead and put these in all the little cavities that are sticking out, and it's just going to look great. Remember, not too much, just slide them down. Remember that empty spot? Well, look at this. Now I've got a wonderful concrete planter out front, and it looks great, and it's really inexpensive. It's a great little side table for me, and I love it, and the family does too. I hope this inspired you to build your own cinder block planter stand. Thank you for watching Home Talk, and we'll see you next time.